A thrilling adventure for 12 boys and their coach turned into a nightmare. Shortly after they entered the cave, heavy rainfall began and partially flooded the cave system, blocking their way out and trapping them miles deep underground. For 18 agonizing days, over 10,000 rescuers fought against time and nature, navigating deadly, water-filled tunnels to save them. One brave diver lost his life in the process, making the mission even more perilous. This is the heart-wrenching story of the Tam Luang Cave incident. Tam Luang Nang Non is a karstic cave complex beneath Doi Nang Non, a mountain range on the border between Thailand and Myanmar. The cave system is 10 kilometers long and has many deep recesses, narrow passages and tunnels winding under hundreds of meters of limestone strata. Since part of the system is seasonally flooded, a sign advising against entering the caves during the rainy season July to November is posted at the entrance. On Saturday 23 June 2018, a group of 12 boys aged between 11 and 16 from a local junior football team named the Wild Boars and their 25-year-old assistant coach, Ekaphan Kanthawong, went missing after exploring the caves. According to early news reports, they planned to have a birthday party in the cave after the football practice and spent a significant sum of money on food. Once they entered the cave, the rain started. The team was stranded in the tunnels by sudden and continuous rainfall. After they had entered the cave system, they were forced to leave some food supplies behind when fleeing the rising water. At around 7 p.m. that evening, head coach and founder of the team, Noparat Kanthawong, checked his phone and found about 20 missed calls from parents worried that their children had not returned. Noparat dialed assistant coach Ekaphan and a number of the boys, but he was unable to reach them. He eventually contacted Songpon Kanthawong, a 13-year-old member of the team who said that he had separated from the team after practice, and that the rest of the boys had entered Luang Caves. The coach raced to the caves, finding abandoned bicycles and bags near the entrance and water seeping from the muddy pathway. He alerted authorities to the missing group after seeing the team's unclaimed belongings. British caver Vern Unsworth, who lives in Chiang Rai and has detailed knowledge of the cave complex, was scheduled to make a solo venture into the cave on 24 June when he received a call about the missing boys. Unsworth advised the Thai government to request assistance from the British Cave Rescue Council. On 25 June, Thai Navy SEALs divers arrived and began searching the cave. A Thai Navy SEAL said the water was so murky that even with lights they could not see where they were going underwater. After continuous rain, which further flooded the entrance, the search had to be temporarily interrupted. On 27 June, 3 BCRC cave divers arrived with specialist equipment, followed by separate teams of open water divers. On 28 June, a United States Air Force team, reportedly United States Air Force pararescue men from the 320th Special Tactics Squadron, the 31st Rescue Squadron, and the 353rd Special Operations Group joined them. By 29 June, an Australian Federal Police team of Specialist Response Group divers had arrived, followed by a Chinese team of divers from the Beijing Peaceland Foundation on Sunday, 1 July. Drones and robots were also used in the search, but no technology existed to scan for people deep underground. The search had to be suspended due to the weather, as rainfall increased the flow of water in the cave where the divers were battling strong currents and poor visibility. The search resumed on 2 July after the weather improved. The 12 boys and the coach were discovered at approximately 22 by Stanton and Volanthan, whose efforts were overseen from outside by BCRC sea diver Robert Harper. The boys and coach were on a narrow rock shelf about 400 meters beyond the Pattaya beach chamber. Volanthan had been placing guidelines in the cave to assist others in navigation when he ran out of line. He then swam to the surface and soon found the missing group. The ledge where they were found is about 4 kilometers from the cave mouth. A video of the encounter, showing the boys and their interactions with the divers, was posted on Facebook by the Thai Navy SEALs. The Thai, US, Australian and Chinese diving teams supported by the BCRC divers began transporting diving bottles into the cave system and established an air supply storage area in Chamber 3. On 3 July, the trapped group was joined by 3 Thai Navy SEALs who supported them until the rescue. The SEALs included Thai Army Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Pak Lawarakan of the 3rd Medical Battalion, who had completed the Navy SEALs course. Thai officials told reporters that rescuers were providing health checks and treatment and keeping the boys entertained, and that none of those trapped was in serious condition. They have been fed with easy-to-digest, high-energy food with vitamins and minerals, under the supervision of a doctor. A video made by the rescuers, and shared a few hours later by the Thai Navy SEALs, showed all 12 boys and their coach introducing themselves and stating their age. A logistics camp was established at the cave entrance, which accommodated hundreds of volunteers and journalists in addition to the rescue workers. An estimated 10,000 people contributed to the rescue effort, including more than 100 divers, representatives from about 100 government agencies, 900 police officers, 2,000 soldiers and numerous volunteers. Equipment included 10 police helicopters, 7 police ambulances, and more than 700 diving cylinders, of which more than 500 were in the cave. At any time, while another 200 were in the queue to be refilled, the place where the boys became stranded was about 4 kilometers from the entrance and 1,000 meters below the top of the mountain. The route to their location was blocked by several flooded sections, some with strong currents and zero visibility, and there were some extremely narrow parts, the smallest measuring only 38 by 72 centimeters. The journey through the cave to reach the boys took 6 hours against the current and 5 hours to exit with the current, even for experienced divers. The rescue workers battled rising water levels from the outset. In an effort to drain the cave, a stone diversion dam was built upstream, and systems were installed to pump water out of the cave and divert flows that were entering it. On 4th July, it was estimated that the pumps were removing 1,600,000 litres per hour from the cave, ruining nearby farm fields in the process. Helped by a spell of unseasonably dry weather, these efforts reduced water levels by 1.5 centimeters per hour on 5th July, enabling the rescue teams to walk 1.5 kilometers into the cave. However, heavy rains forecast for 8th July were expected to halt or reverse the process and could even flood the position where the boys and their coach were trapped. On 5th July, Samam Kunan, a 37-year-old former Thai Navy SEAL, made a dive from Chamber 3 to the T-junction close to Pattaya Beach to deliver 3 air tanks. During his return dive, he lost consciousness underwater. His dive buddy attempted CPR without success. Kunan was brought to Chamber 3 where CPR was attempted again, but he could not be resuscitated and was pronounced dead at about 1 a.m. on 6th July. On 6th July, the oxygen level in the cave was detected to have dropped, raising fears that the boys might develop hypoxia if they remained there for a prolonged time. By 8th July, the oxygen level was measured to be 15%. The level needed to maintain normal function for humans is between 19.5% and 23.5%. Thai military engineers attempted to install an air supply line to the boys, but the effort was abandoned as impractical. The global attention on the Thai cave rescue was so intense that even the world's richest person, Elon Musk, offered to help. On 3rd July 2018, Musk responded to a call for assistance and sent engineers from SpaceX and the Boring Company. By 6th July, his team was working on a kid-sized submarine made from a Falcon rocket's transfer tube, which was tested and shipped to Thailand by 8th July. Although the submarine was not used in the rescue, Musk's involvement led to criticism from diver Vern Unsworth and a public apology after a defamation lawsuit. The media initially reported that the Thai military had said rescuers would teach the boys basic diving skills to enable them to make the journey. However, this was quietly deemed too risky and instead the boys were fully sedated and were unconscious for the journey. On the morning of 8th July, officials ordered the media and non-essential personnel to clear the area around the Tam Luang cave entrance as the rescue operation was about to begin. The urgency was due to the looming monsoon rains, which threatened to flood the cave until October. For the first part of the extraction, 18 rescue divers, 13 international cave divers and 5 Thai Navy SEALs entered the cave to retrieve the boys. Each boy was accompanied by a diver on the journey out. The team included 4 British divers, John Volanthen, Richard Stanton, Jason Mallinson and Chris Jewell, along with 2 Australians, anaesthesiologist Richard Harris and veterinarian Craig Challen. Each boy was sedated with ketamine to ensure they were unconscious during the rescue, preventing panic in the narrow, submerged tunnels. They were also given alprazolam to reduce anxiety and atropine to steady their heart rates. The boys wore wetsuits, buoyancy aids and positive pressure full face masks, with oxygen cylinders clipped to their front and tethered to the divers to ensure they wouldn't get lost in the murky waters. The divers carefully maneuvered the boys through tight passages to prevent their masks from dislodging. The extraction took 3 days. On 8th July, 4 boys were rescued. Another 4 were brought out on 9th July. The final 4 boys and their coach were rescued on 10th July. The operation was not without risk. A Thai Navy SEAL, Samam Kunan, lost his life during the mission while delivering oxygen to the trapped boys. The boys were placed in quarantine for medical evaluation after their rescue. Despite losing an average of 2 kg each, they were in relatively good health. After confirming they were free of infections, their families were allowed to visit them. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more related content. See you in the next amazing video.